We're doing a stator cover change on a 2006 CBR 1000rr. First thing you'll want to do is come down and remove all the bolts surrounding your stator cover. After you have all your bolts removed, you can go ahead and pry off your cover. Be careful to not damage it and don't hammer or chisel anything in between it to remove it. After you remove the cover, you'll have this. And then you can go down and check the inner part of the rotor there and make sure it's smooth and nothing's hit. This would be the more affected rotor from having the wrong stator on the engine. You can see all the obvious damage. After you have your cover off, you can come down and take off this bolt here, which holds down the wire, and these 4 bolts, which holds the stator assembly. And then go ahead and take your new stator assembly and reinstall it in the same fashion that you took it off. When you're coming down, you're cleaning off all your old gasket too. Make sure to blow out all the individual holes and clean all the junk that could possibly be in there. You could get stuff like this from people who don't know how to put seals onto things when you buy engines. You can get all this kind of junk that fills up the holes, and when you go to put your new cover back on, it's going to bind up and you could possibly snap off a bolt. So don't forget to clean those holes out too when you're cleaning out all the surfaces. After you've come down, you can put your new stator in. Make sure to clamp it down and orient the wire right so this sits nice and flat in there when you're going to seal it against. Come up and clean everything off of this side and the engine side, and then wipe it down with something, some type of lacquer thinner, a cleaner of some sort, to make sure you get all the oil off of each mating surface before you apply your sealant. Once you have everything wiped down and cleaned off on both your engine and your cover, you can come down and get your sealant. And this is what I choose to use. And go ahead and apply a thin, nice, even layer to the whole outer edge and around each side of the hole, and then a nice bit behind here as well to make sure it adheres around the boot of the wire. Alright, what you'll want to do is before you put your cover on is take your 2 dowel pins here, and there's 2 holes located, one on the bottom. You can push him in there, and then one on the top as well. And they'll just go and push all the way in. Cover should look like this with your seal spread down on it. This seal right here. And then you can go ahead and make sure your dowel pins are in place and go ahead and place the cover back on. Once your case is placed back on, it should look like this. Don't mind our scratched up cover. We just literally don't care here. It's pretty hard to show because it's such a strong magnet on there that it just basically slams it into place pretty quickly. After that, you can go ahead and thread all your bolts back through all the holes and just get them finger and thumb tight. You can make sure your wires oriented nice as you're getting them finger and thumb tight. After you come down and have all your bolts finger and thumb tight, you can look around and make sure you have an even squeeze out on all the surfaces that are mating where you put your seal, and then go ahead and torque these bolts in a crisscross pattern to 9 foot-pounds. After you have them all torqued down, go ahead and make sure you don't have anything sticking out or obscure looking, and go ahead and test your bike out in about 24 hours. I always like to let my seals set up before I run the bike.